Hello students, I am Assistant Professor Neha Telani from SST College of Arts and Commerce. We have one subject in TYBBI, that is research methodology. In that, we are going to cover the topics named as sampling and types of sampling. Now, let's understand the meaning of sampling. Suppose Mr. A researcher wants to survey that in India how many students are facing stressful situation or how many students are stressed during examination. So now for Mr. A, it's not possible to go and ask from each and everyone. So what he can do, he can select few students and can interact with them and can come to know that yes, in India the students are stressful or not based on the answers given by that students. So what Mr. A has done, he has taken few students. So that few students are sample for Mr. A. An entire population was India's entire population. From that population, we have taken certain group of students. So certain group of students determine the sample for Mr. A for research purpose. Likewise, you can connect the sampling example from day-to-day life also. Suppose if we are going for blood test. So for blood test, the blood sample is taken to study whether the person has some disease or not. So again that blood sample determines blood test and the sample that determines and will come to know that yes, the person has some disease or not. Likewise, in market when we are going to buy food grains, there we test certain food grains and from that we can analyze that food grain entire that bag of food grain is good or not. So there are n number of examples which we can connect from day-to-day life also to understand the meaning of sampling. So in simple terms, sampling means when a group of people, objects or items that are taken from larger population for measurement are termed as sampling. Now let's understand different methods or types of sampling. Basically, there are two methods of sampling, that is probability sampling and non-probability sampling. In probability sampling, we have subtypes, that is simple random sampling, stratified sampling, cluster sampling and multi-stage sampling. Likewise, in non-probability sampling method, we have four subtypes, that is convenience sampling, judgment sampling, quota sampling and snowball sampling. So before going for each and every category or each and every type, let's understand the meaning of term probability sampling. Now probability sampling means here the sample units are selected at random. That means from population I can select any person for my sample purpose. So here the population, the selection which I have done, that will represent the entire population. That is known as random sampling. A random sampling means here the entire population has the chance of being selected as a sample. Now let's go for simple random sampling. Now in simple random sampling, each and every population has an equal chance of being selected in a sample, but here certain method is used for selection. Probability sampling, what we have learned, that each and every that is from population, each and every person has an equal chance of being selected. Like that only in simple random sampling also, we are going to select from the population at random basis only, but here certain fixed method is followed for selection. For example, we have seen a lottery method. In lottery method, any number can come, right? So here what researcher can do, if each and every person will be allotted one number and that numbers will be kept in certain head or a ball. So from that the researcher will take out any number as we do in lottery system. So the researcher will take out certain numbers, and that numbers will be taken as a sample. So there is one method of selection, that is what we do in lottery method. So the numbers which we are going to be there as per the lottery method are going to be selected as a sample. Second, we have stratified sampling. Now, stratified sampling is also known as proportional sampling. In stratified sampling, the population is divided into groups first. Groups or a strata, one and the same thing. The entire population is divided in groups, and from that group, we are going to have simple random sampling. For example, as we can see on screen, we have samples, and I have divided that, we have population, and from population I have selected sample, and that sample has been divided into groups. For example, a group of 100 students is there, and 100 students that I have taken from standard 7, standard 8, standard 9, standard 10. So group 1 will be 7 standard, group 2 will be 8 standard, group 3 will be 9 standard, and likewise group 4 will be 10 standard. So 100, I have divided the sample 100 into groups of 25, 25, 25, 25. So after dividing 25 into each group, I will select samples from that group which I have formed. That is known as stratified sampling. Again, in stratified sampling, the sample is divided into certain groups, and from that groups we are going to take out sample based on simple random sampling. Okay, so this is what stratified sampling. Next we have cluster sampling. In cluster sampling, the entire group is taken as sample. What we have understood in stratified random sampling, that is from group we are going to select certain, that is number of students. But in cluster sampling, entire group is taken as a sample. For example, entire group, if I will carry forward the same example of 100 students, I have divided into group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So I won't be taking the number of students from each and every group. But what I can do, I can select the entire group, suppose group 1 entire and group 4 entire for my research purpose. That is known as cluster sampling. In cluster sampling, samples are not selected on individual basis, but entire group is selected as a sample. The last method in probability sampling, we have multi-stage sampling. This is considered as a complex random sampling. Why? Because certain steps are involved in this type of sampling. Suppose if I have taken one example. Suppose I want to analyze that in Goa, how many women are educated and how many women are not educated. So what I have selected Goa as for my research purpose. From that, I have divided into Goa into two parts, that is agricultural village, mining village. Then what I will do further, I will classify into agriculture village into women in the households, and same like mining village, the women residing in household. From that, I can ask questions like how many women have declined for education or how many women have dropped out. So like that, certain steps are involved in that to get the accurate answer from that particular region. So that is termed as multi-stage sampling. As the name suggests, it has certain stages in sampling. In previous types, there was nothing like stages, but in this, we have certain stages to come at conclusion. So this is what a multi-stage sampling. So these were the different sampling methods under probability sampling. Now let's see the next method, that is non-probability sampling. Now in probability sampling, what we have discussed, each and every person will have equal chance of being selected as a sample. In non-probability, here the samples are not selected at random. Here the sample are selected, might be purposely, might be as a convenience of researcher, but here the samples won't be selected on a random basis. That means I can say that the units are not selected randomly in non-probability sampling. Now let's understand the types under non-probability sampling. The first type we have is convenience sampling. See, here researcher is not going to select sample from entire population. Suppose a researcher having a mall or is in mall, shopping mall, he wants to know that how many person visit that particular mall. So he is not going, so what he will do, the person visiting that mall, that will be a convenient for him to ask questions from the visitors coming and going from that mall. So as per the convenient, he will ask certain questions from the population available in that mall only. So this is not random, this is convenience. As per the convenience of researcher, he has asked the question the population available at that particular time. So that is what convenience sampling, that is researcher will select sample as per his or her convenience. Second, we have judgment sampling. Again, in judgment sampling also, the researcher is going to ask questions according to his or her judgment or according to his or her expertise. He is not going to ask random questions from each and every one. If he thinks that yes, that particular person is going to answer as per my judgment, so accordingly he is going to ask question as per his judgment of knowing that person and asking the questions from that person. That is what judgment sampling. Now, next type is quota sampling. Now, in quota sampling, what a researcher will do, he will set certain quota. For example, what we are going to see on screen is, I have certain population, and from that population I have decided quota that I am going to ask question from male who are above 50. So I have decided my quota here. I will be selecting sample who are male and the age should be above 50. So that is what quota sampling. We are going to set certain quota, certain limitations for asking question from that sample. Fourth type and last type we have in non-probability sampling is snowball sampling. Now in this type of sampling, first of all, this sampling is also known as referral sampling. In this type of sampling, the researcher is going to ask certain questions from few person, and that few person will pass on the message to again to certain group of persons. Like that, it is the number of samples are going to increase like that. Like as snow goes on increasing, like that the population which samples which I have to consider for my research purpose is going to increase slowly. That is what snowball sampling. Thank you.